Hi everyone. Today I want to show you my class blog and how I use Google Blogger in my courses. Blogs are a great addition to any course. It can become a central location for the instructor to keep resources, directions, examples of projects. Students can manage their own blogs as an online portfolio of their work throughout the year or even year to year. And it also becomes a place for students and instructor to communicate with each other about the course content. So this is my classroom blog. I've titled it Riddles Room. That's the same title that we have for our Twitter and our Instagram accounts. So I'm keeping it all coordinated so that students and parents and other teachers all have easy access to our social media in class. I've put a favorite quote of mine by Gandhi at the top here. And then if I scroll down, you can see my actual blog content. Now, I use Blogger in two different ways in my courses. For social science, we are doing Google 20 time projects. So each one of my social science students has a Google blog where they keep track of their 20 time project. They talk about their challenges, their successes, their plans for the future. And this is a weekly blog that they update. And by the end of the school year, they will see how they've progressed with their projects and how they've struggled through the year, how they've overcome some big hurdles. It becomes a really nice portfolio for them. So for my 20 time blog, I've created one posting, and it was for the beginning of our 20 time projects. It's an example of the type of content the students should be writing about. It gave them a type of format to use, how to include a picture. It was just an example for the students. In the future, I plan to use my 20 time blog as a place for students to connect with each other, as a place to celebrate students' work throughout the year, and as a place to connect students to outside resources that will help them with their blogs. And if you look at my tabs, I have multiple tabs for the 20 time project. This first one up here is the blog post rubric, how the students are graded on their blogs. The second one is the 20 time project overview with the instructions and a couple of resource videos for them to watch. This one is the blog post guidelines. It's simply what makes a good blog post. And then this last 20 time tab is their project proposals. So it's been interesting seeing the students use their 20 time projects and use Blogger to verbalize their ideas. The second way I use Blogger in my classes is during my language arts classes. We work on a workshop model, so we do Readers and Writers Workshop, and we have Readers and Writers Notebooks. This year, instead of using readers' notebooks to jot down reading responses, I've elected to try using a blog. So, for the ELA blog, all of my language arts students have one. And you can see that I've also done some blog posts. This first one, we were discussing how to analyze moments between the scenes. And I used our Read Aloud Public School Superhero by James Patterson to do a blog post entry. And then the students were able to use that as an example for their own. And then the second one that I did was on reading between the lines, making inferences. So again, students had a really great example to use for their own posting. Now, if you look at the side here, I have multiple lists. These are all of my students' blogs, both social science and language arts. So at the top are my resource blogs. These are two different classes that are also using Blogger. This first one is another language arts class, and the second one is another social science class who's also doing 20 time projects. So my students and these teacher students have a way to connect with each other through Blogger. And then if we look at my students' posts, for the 20 time project, I can show you an example. We can look at Bridget's. You can see that she's customized it for herself. She's got a couple of posts, right? You can see the difference between her first post, which she titled First Post. It didn't have a graphic. It's very simple. To her second posting, she has a more detailed title. She's included a graphic, and she has much more detail in her writing. And then for language arts, we can look at an example. Let's look at Mark's. He's also customized his. And you can see a difference between his blog posts as well. Each one, he does include a picture. But if you look at his titles, ELA Blog 1, ELA Blog 2. By Blog 3, he's learned how to create a really engaging title, something that's going to catch his reader's attention. And you can also see that he's slowly writing more and more about what he's reading. He's able to expand his ideas better. So that's Google Blogger and how I use it in the classroom. I hope that you are inspired enough to go out and get your own Blogger account and use it with your students as well. Thanks for watching.